G'day. Today we're going to look at some basic algebra. So if you've struggled with algebra or you're just starting, this should help you, I hope. Let's see how we go. So we just look at this straightforward example. So just concentrate on this bit. 3 apples plus 4 bananas, take away 2 apples. Well, you can't join an apple and a banana unless you're making fruit salad. So we're not doing that. So you can only join together the apples. So you've got 3 apples. Take away 2 apples is 1 apple. And we've still got 4 bananas. And that's the answer. You can't join these together. They're separate. And that's the basis of simplifying algebra, is to keep things separate when they're simple, join them together when you can. So if we go across and do the algebraic equivalent of that, so let's look at this. 3a plus 4b minus 2a. So what can you join together? What are the terms that are the same? Well, there's an a and there's an a, so you can join like terms together. 3a, take away 2a. Now you've got to make sure when you look at the terms that you keep the sign in front the same. If there's no sign in front, if it's the first term and there's no sign, it's a plus. So 3 plus 3, take away 2 is 1a. Plus 4b, and you're done. Same over here, 1 apple plus 4 bananas. You're done. Let's look at the next one. 6 apples minus 3 apples plus 4 apple pies. Now an apple pie is not the same as an apple. It might taste the same, depending on the crust. Anyway, 6 take away 3 apples we can do because they're the same type of thing. So 6 take away 3 is 3 apples. And then we've got 4 apple pies left over, so we have to add on 4 apple pies. And that's it, you're done. You can't do anything else. You can't join the apple pies to the apples, I mean, unless you bake them and did a lot of work to them, but they are separate. They are separate things. So let's go across and look at the equivalent in algebra. 6a, take away 3a, plus 4a squared. And so you've got to realise a squared is not the same as a, so you can't join it together. 6a, take away 3a is 3a. Plus 4a squared. And that's it. You can't join it together, they stay the same, and you're done. Back again, let's try part 2. So again, we're on basic algebra, so we're going to simplify this one. The next problem a student will face is that they throw in numbers just on their own with no letters. So what do you do with them? Do you leave them out? No. You just treat them like they're separate. So I can do this by thinking, well, that's separate and that's separate, by just treating them as just numbers. So that's 6, or plus 6, take away 2, well, 6 take away 2 equals 4, and then I do the letters. So I've got plus 7a plus 4a. Well, 7 plus 4 is plus 11a. Now, so I've done those. So now I'm only left with the b's. Plus 9b, take away 5b. Well, 9 take away 5 is plus 4b. I can't join those together because they're separate. So I'm done. That's it. Let's look at the next one. The next trick, apart from having just numbers, is to make minuses and to give you negative answers. So if you notice, in question 1 and in question 2, which we're doing now, all of our answers are positive. The next thing which throws students is they get negatives. So you've got to be able to do pluses and minuses. So let's have a go. So again, we're going to join together like terms. So the numbers on their own, that's a 3. Where's the number? Well, there. I'm going to join that number and that number. 3 plus 12 is 15. Pretty easy, you should have got that bit. Now we'll put a different shape around it. Minus 2a minus 8a. So this time you're going to go further negative. So you're going to start at -2 and you're going to go further negative. So you're going to get minus 10a. Okay? Now here you're starting positive, but you're going to go negative. Plus 4, take away 7 is minus 3b. And you're done. You can't join them together. Same as what you've done before. G'day again. Let's look at part 3. So this is another step up. In this one term gets left on its own, and that often confuses a student because they want to join it to another term, but you can't. You've just got to leave it there. So again, we look at the terms that are the same. So we look at like terms. And it doesn't matter which order you put the answer in. You can start off by saying, well, let's look at the numbers and put that as your first answer, or you can start with the first term, which is 4x squared. Okay, and put that as your answer. It doesn't matter which order these answers. So we'll write the answer in two forms, so you can see that they're both the same. So let's start with this. 4x squared minus 6x squared. Well, 4 minus 6 is minus 2, so it equals minus 2x squared. Okay, so that term's done. Let's look at the next term. Minus 9y, well, where's the next one? No, yep, okay, minus 9y, minus 2y, minus 9 minus another 2 is minus 11y. So we've done that one. Minus 7q. No more q's. So that stays on its own. There's nothing you can join to it or subtract from it. It just stays as minus 7q. Now notice, you must include that negative. So we'll circle with 2 circles. You must include that negative. So it's minus 7q. It doesn't suddenly become positive. Okay, just because it's left on its own, it still stays as negative. Now the only thing left over is our numbers. 18 plus 7 is plus 25. And that's your answer. Now you could have written that and started with that. So you could have said, well, I'm going to start with the numbers. That equals 25. Then I'm going to do the q, so minus 7q. Then I'll do the x squareds. Then I'll do the y. And so this is the same as this. If you're writing an answer, doesn't matter. Go again. Part 4 of basic algebra. So for this part, I'm going to look at it a little different. This is expanding, and in the first 3, you were joining together like terms. And I said you couldn't add an apple and a banana and make fruit salad. Well, in this case, because you're multiplying, you can make fruit salad. So when you've got brackets, you can think, yes, I can now make fruit salad. I can join together things. But I can't join together these things. I can't join these together. I can only join this bit together and this bit together. Okay, so I can make fruit salad from that, and I can make fruit salad from that, but I can never make fruit salad from those two. They just don't mix. Okay, so I can go 3 multiplied by x is 3x. So I've joined those together. That number and that letter I can join together by multiplying. I can't join these together, so I've got to put a plus, because whatever sign there is going to be in your answer. 3 times 2 is 6, and that's it, you're done. You can't join them together. Okay, so we've joined those together, but we haven't joined the individual elements together. So you can't join these together. You're going to have 3 answers, and here you're going to have 3 answers. So let's do those. 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times 3y, now this is a plus, I have to keep that the same. 2 times 3y is 6y. And I have to keep my minus sign. 2 times 7 is 14. So this is 4x plus 6y minus 14. So I've joined together these two, that and that, but I haven't joined those together in the brackets, okay? I'm going to do the same here. 4x multiplied by 5, well, 4 times 5 is 20 with the x, so 20x. All right, so that's that. 4x multiplied by 2x. Now I've got my minus sign, so I have to keep my sign. 4x times 2x, 4 times 2 is 8, x times x, and here we go with fruit salad. We're going to go from an x to an x squared. So 4 times 2 is 8, x times x is x squared. Right? So now I'm going to go 4x times y plus, I've got to put my plus sign in. 4x times y. Well, you could look at single letters as having a number there, and that would be a 1. Right? So 4 times 1 is 4, xy. You don't have to, you can ignore that if you want and just say, well, that's 4xy, and that will be quicker. But if you have trouble with it, if you want to put just a 1 there, just to help you with your multiplication, do the number first and then multiply the letters. This is x times y. And so you get 4xy. And notice the signs have stayed the same. We've got minus plus, and you're done.